Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to play Friday Pilots Club's song End of It, more specifically the acoustic version. Before we get started though, you will need to make sure that your guitar is in standard tuning. Throughout this video I'm going to refer to fret numbers relative to the capo, so if you're watching along, don't pay any attention to where my fingers physically are in relation to the dots on my fretboard. Instead, pay attention to the tab that will appear on screen as well as what I'm saying. If you do that, you can't go far wrong. With that in mind, let us begin. Okay, so the first part of this song I'm going to teach you is that intro riff. It sounds like this. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this into two parts and I'll walk it through with you slowly. Practice it slowly first, then build up the speed once you've got the muscle memory. So the first part of this song starts on the 7th fret on the A string, and you're going to hit that note twice. And then straight away you're going to go to the open string at the E string and you're going to play open 2, 3. Straight after that you're going to go up to the 5th fret of the A string and then do a little bit of vibrato on that 3rd fret of the A string. Vibrato for us modern folk just refers to... Put that all together slowly and you get this. Go back down 1 fret to the 2nd fret of the A string. Put that all together and it sounds like this. At this point, this is what I'd say is the trickiest part of this riff because it's just a bit fast. What you need to do is go from 2nd fret up to 3rd fret, back down to 2nd fret, and then again, 2nd fret, up to 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, and then that's it. But obviously, a bit faster. Now, if you're able to hybrid pick or alternate pick or whatever people say these days, then do that. If you're not quite so confident with your hybrid picking, then what you can do is use a combination of hammer-ons and pull-offs, but you can do this instead. But once you've got that down, part 1 of the riff sounds like this. Part 2 of the riff is kind of like a repeat of the first part, but it doesn't start up on the 7th fret. Instead, it starts on the 2nd fret on the A string. You're going to hit that note twice, and then you're going to go straight back down once again to the E string, open 2, 3. Then come back down again in a descending manner on the 5th fret of the A string, 3, 2, open, and then B7. I think it's B7. If it's not, I'll correct it on screen every time I say it, but for now, at this moment of recording, I think it is B7. For reference, this chord is nothing on the E string, you're not playing it, but on the A string starting there you go 2, 1, 2, ring finger, open, open. So, there's part 2, there's part 1, put them together and play them the right way round, and you get this. Cool, let's move on to the chords. Okay, so the chords for this song are actually pretty simple. If you boil this song down, it's actually just 4 chords. The chords themselves are E minor, C, A minor 7, which if you're unsure is just a regular A minor, just take your ring finger off. You're just leaving that G string open. And then that B7 chord, which we just covered. So actually, if you want to play this along simply, you can just do a bar of each chord, and that works. However, that's not what they did. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through some of the passing notes that they added in to make this chord progression a bit more interesting and exciting. So the first passing notes are going to be between the E minor chord and the C, and it looks like this. So you're going to play that chord, and then a bit like the intro riff, you're going to do 2, 3 on the E string, and then immediately you're going to jump up to here, which is the 5th fret on the A string, and you're going to play an octave power chord. So it's a bit like a regular power chord, but you get rid of the 5th. So you're just playing that note, which is the same note, just octaves. So with that in mind, the transition between the first 2 chords sounds like this. Let's keep going, because there's no no passing chord between the C and the A minor. Oh, sorry, A minor 7. And there's no passing chord between the A minor 7 and the B7. Now, if you want, you can add a little passing note between the B7 and the E minor before you repeat the pattern, and there you can play a little second fret of the E string. So altogether, the chord progression sounds like this. Now, as you can see, I've added a little bit of a strumming pattern here. I don't play this completely accurately from the reference. I just couldn't get a feel to what Drew was doing, so I just did my own thing. But if I had to describe what I'm doing, and I'm really terrible at describing strumming patterns, every chord needs a down strum on the first beat, and then the rhythm is sort of accented with upstrokes off the beat. Kind of simplified version is kind of like this. Okay, so now you've got the intro riff down and you've got the chords down, you've actually got most of the building blocks for this song, because the intro repeats 3 times, the chord progression, it's for verse 1, the chorus, part of verse 2, the second chorus, and the outro end chorus after the bridge. The first part is exactly the same as verse 1, but right at the point where Caleb starts singing about giving a collar to a dog with no owner, instead of playing it with the normal rhythm, you do chord stabs instead. So it's like, try to take a collar to a dog with no owner. Tell it sit, lay down, roll over it. And then at this point, because you're on the B7, you're probably thinking, well, I'm going to the E minor, right? Right after he does that, we switch it up completely and we go to C instead. And this is where we're just going to abandon that really funky rhythm for the moment and just play it like, let these chords really ring out and give it a nice little gentle rhythm, I suppose. Then after this, you're going to go to the A minor 7. Then after the A7, you're going to go down to E minor. And then you must be thinking, well, surely where we're going next? B? No. Instead, you're going to go up and do that chord stab on that D power chord octave I showed you earlier. But instead, you're going to hold on to it a bit longer and really have some fun with it. So far, all of this sounds like this. After that, you're going to go C again, but this time you're going to chug it like you're in a rock song. And then B7. Needed to say, but you know where it... Okay, so now we've got that down. Verse 2 is done. You go straight into another chorus, which is exactly the same. The next step is going to be the bridge. And the bridge is completely different to everything else. So first things first, I'm going to show you roughly what I do. But the bridge basically kind of looks like this. So it's a run up the scale of the key that this song's in. Thumb on the bass, which is the E, and then the other 2 fingers on G and B string. Watch carefully, this is where my fingers are going. So we'll go open, 2nd fret, E string, 3rd fret, E string, open A string, 2nd fret, A string. These are all, the rest of them are on A string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 6th fret. And then you repeat that. And then once you've got that down, you sort of come up with a finger picking pattern, sort of like this. And then you repeat that. Yeah, and then once you're happy with that, you get the pick back involved and you can, well, yeah, rock it up again. Repeat. Times turn as bridges burn, there's a road being carved through the thick. You hate me, you love me, your friends wanna cut me, but it's all the same. Hate it. Intro riff. right before the last chorus. Really simple, but it's a bit different to what you have been playing. We just hold some chords out for a bar. So instead of the regular chord progression, we just hit an E minor and let it ring out. And this is the part where Drew starts like assaulting his guitar. So you can go, then C, A minor, 7. And then here we go back into the swing of things with that funky rhythm, and you hit that B7 nice and funky like. But that is basically it. That's how you play End of It by Friday Pilots Club, more specifically the acoustic version.